Welcome back to How It's Made. The simple paddle is made with sophisticated craftsmanship. Today's wooden paddles really go the nautical mile. They keep us from going adrift, and no one wants to be up the creek without one. Let's face it, your canoe is going nowhere without it. With paddles like these, you really can go far. These days, paddles are often a blend of hard and soft woods, giving a result that's strong yet lightweight. The boards are fed into a multi-bladed ripsaw that slices them into a uniform strip. Each strip has a flat, smooth joint on the side. Glue is rolled onto these flat joints, and then strips are pressed together. These glued sections will be used to make paddle blades. Over at another station, they're working on the paddle shafts, 2 at a time. Shorter pieces of wood, which will become the handles, are glued and clamped together. The blade chunks are arranged in a much larger clamp. Then the glue-coated ends of some shafts are wedged between the blade pieces. In a process called lamination, the blades are bonded to the shafts. The laminated paddle shapes are called blanks. The blade design is penciled onto one of the blanks. The design is cut out using a bandsaw. Laminated wood doesn't warp easily, which means the paddle blade can be made wider to give more power to the user. The more traditional look and feel of paddles cut from single pieces of wood are still favoured by some. This narrower paddle has been cut from a piece of cherry. Modern tools make quick work of a design that's hardly changed over the centuries. In no time, the basic paddle has been carved from a single piece of wood. A large router is used to round it off. It shapes and contours the paddle to its final dimensions and gives it a smooth finish. In just minutes, that chunky-looking paddle is transformed. Meanwhile, back in the laminated paddle department, a saw cuts slots in the tips of each one. A liquid plastic concoction is mixed up. Then it's poured into the slots where it hardens. The plastic gives the paddle tip some extra protection. Now it's time to improve the profile of the laminated paddles. With the same type of router used to shape the solid paddles, the design is fine-tuned. Both types of paddle then get a heavy sanding. Each one is tapered so that it's much thinner at the tip. The trademark information is branded onto each paddle using a hot iron. Then it's time for the paddles to take a dip in a tank of varnish that contains a sunblock. The varnish both protects the wood and enhances its natural beauty. The paddles are suspended on an overhead conveyor. And soon they'll be on their way to a waterway near you, where they'll be sure to leave ripples of approval in their wake.